Right, hello everyone, welcome to JDs League-Round 3, Imola, short qualifying 50% race. Let's get the details up. Got absolutely no sound at all. Now I have, excellent. Apologies I'm a little bit late, but it's not so much me, it's the, unfortunately, it took ages to get Switch to work, so luckily it is working now. Just share the link to the stream and get you on someone who's on the night map. Go. Right, stream link, guys. There we go. Let me get that sent and then I'll be with you. Right then. Okay. As I said, apologies, Twitch just did not want to turn on, it wouldn't, but luckily it started. I just hope it don't go out during the stream. But the person who's first on a hot lap, so it's going to be BoomTech. Showed some very good pace last week, so we'll see if he can keep that up this week. As you see, 18 on the grid this week, a nice turnout. It's just coming out the pits, but well out the way for him. See, intermediate weather at the moment. Let's just do a double check, make sure everybody's on tyres. They are. See, obviously, what the weather's like for the race. But there we go. Right then, so BoomTech, what sort of lap can he stick on the board? That's a bit of a marker for everybody else. Generally with the intermediate tyres or in intermediate weather, you generally see, same with the full wets actually, you generally see people continuously improving throughout the session. Most will probably come in for a new set of tyres at some point, but one or two might stay out and just do the whole session on one set. It might depend a little bit on the weather in the race. If it's expected to be intermediate weather the whole race, it probably will be a case of making a stop. So I'd rather not use two sets in quali. But well, BoomTech gets us off with a 1:26. Ferrari of Hunty goes fastest now on a 1:25.8. I missed someone then. Who was that? Well, never mind. We've got Whoopi on the hot lap, so let's stick with Whoopi for now. Oh, Epic's retired from the session in Sector 1. He's lost it just after the first chicane. He comes into the final corners. Just to sort of mention that the names aren't too bad, but there are a few new guys tonight, so if I do get anybody's names wrong, and you listen back to the stream and see that I'm getting it wrong, by all means send me a message, let me know. Whoopi goes fastest, 25.0. TTV Lazy Jack into second, 25.3. Verstappen just started. Let's move to that's Hunty. Okay. No. Let's go back to Verstappen then, at least we know he's on a lap. Into the hairpin moment. I will at some point in the qualifying look for a driver that's just about to start a hot lap and do a hilly hot lap for you. Bit difficult in the rain to do them because pretty much got them all memorised in the dry, but not the rain, so I'll do my best on it. So, Verstappen, I must admit, I thought that was going to invalidate. But gets away with it. I think corner cutting's on standard actually, so we'll get away with a lot more. Here he comes in at the final corner, gets a bit of oversteer but corrects it nicely. Heads for the line, and it's a 25-1, puts him into P2 for the moment. So this, that's Whoopi going into the pits. Donkey Kong then, on a hot lap. Lindsay Red Bull. Again, another driver showed decent pace last week. Well, he's clearly not in a hot lap, he's warming those tyres up. So, what about Ryan? Oh, as Boomtech goes fastest, 24.8. So for Ferrari heading for the line as well, that was Hunty, he's back to being fastest next. So maybe, I mean, is that because the drivers are just doing better laps, or is it because the track's dry? And I must admit, I can't see any rain. So Ryan, yeah, he's backed out of this one. I think he just got, he didn't really get impeded on his lap, he just, I think it was more a case of, got distracted by the cars. But happens in short qualifying, really. Especially in wet, because everybody's pretty much continuously out. You don't really stop and take a break. So no, I don't think corner cutting's on strict, Whoopi. It's not been before today, so let me just have a gander. Hang on, where are they? This one. No, it's on regular. The suggestion was put forward in the league to move it up to strict, but nobody responded to it, basically, so we remain on standard until that's a motion that's passed by the drivers. There's Lazy Jack's gone into P1 now on 24.5. I mean, you would think it's stopped raining, so there's every chance we're going to end up with slick tyres come the end of this race. Really hot that with you. You are on an out lap. Where are you? Oh, you're coming around pretty soon, actually. Go on then. I'll do a hilly hot lap with Whoopi. See if I can put him off. Going into the last corner now. So, here he comes then. So, over the line, got a gentle right hand, which they may class as turn 1, and they may class this left as turn 2, but I don't. Turn 1 is the chicane, so turn 1 the left part, turn 2 the right part. Head over, took it pretty nicely. Got to concentrate on the exit there. It's all about getting speed up this short straight into the second chicane. Take the curve on the inside, maximise the turning potential into the second part to get the speed out of the corner. Again, with a hairpin, good idea is to take it in a sort of a fashion which allows you to sort of cut back, if you like. Short right into the, what is in the dry, a very fast left. Shouldn't be dropping below 5th for that one in the dry. Into the right that leads up to this, probably, well, not probably, the most difficult corner on the circuit. Very low on traction out of that corner. Into the third chicane of the track. And you see on standard corner cuts and setting, you do get away with a lot. And Whoopi heads down, short, gentle right-hander into the double, what's effectively a double left. Completely cut the corner, pretty much. And out. You've got to be careful out of the final corner. It will drag you over into the left wall. But across the line, 23.3, nice lap from Whoopi. And again, the track is drying out, very clear. And he is provisional pole at the moment, but that won't stand. I take it, AR Racing League, you're epic then. Hello, Mr. Whale. Don't worry, I'll be there for your league in time after this, don't worry. Oh, Mr. Well, you're going to get inundated. Anyway, Ben Taylor heads up for the line. No improvement from Ben, 1.5 seconds down on his PB. Fallen Pikachu heads for the line. 23.5 puts her into P3 for the moment. So, 4th driver into the 23s. Who else we got? Here's Verstappen. 2.3 seconds up. He's heading for pole. He's heading for to be the first driver into the 22s. There he goes, 22.0 as well. Track is drying out. Let's get it on the tyres so that we can see. Right, there are some people switching to softs. It may be a little early yet. I think it still needs some drying out, but you want to be on the softs at the end of the session, because you're likely to get called out. Holloway's gone into P2 on 23.3. Hunty 22.0. Ferrari 1-2 as it stands right now. How's Ben doing this time? Yeah, definitely will. Well, how many we got tonight? You can't be doing that bad. Ben Taylor heads to the line. 23.3, 3.6 second improvement puts him up to P4. So I think we're just at the end of that intermediate pace, where the inters are slightly better. Ben's gone into, obviously, Ben was one of the ones on the softs and he's improved massively, so with Lawton at the moment. People do love Japan. Japan's an awesome track, well. So, Lawton out of the final corner. Oh, into the pits. There we go. Right then. Anybody on a hot lap on the softs? Ben's improving, but it's probably about the... Probably needs to pit, really, though. And get a fresh set on, ready for the final run. But I think he's shown that it's now that it is the right tyre, really. Now, I hadn't noticed Whoopi actually. He's gone fastest on 21.8. So I'm not 100% sure that it's off to the right tyre, but the track looks dry to me. Yeah, they are, look. 20.8 from Ben, goes a second faster than Whoopi already. So, yeah, he's going to need to get round quick, though, to get back into the pits so that he can get out again. I'm not sure if he's got time or not. This is the boss man for this league, JD Corsi. See how he goes. So PB at the moment 125.9. That has him in P12. Set to 1 yellow. That was just somebody getting out of the way as they were coming out the pits. Oh, of course he gets blocked a bit by the Alpine. It wasn't too bad. It's not going to like completely ruin his time, but I think it would have taken his eye away from what he was doing. He will have time to be able to do a cool-down lap. In fact, he could actually pit if he wanted to, but doesn't. Heads to the line and goes fastest, 1:17.3. Well, if there was any doubt left in anybody's minds, that's all gone now. Holloway, 2.8 seconds up. Oh no, that was his last lap, my apologies. 1.5 seconds up in just the first sector. It's already putting him on a 21.8. So we're in the sort of territory where each person crossing the line might actually go fastest. There is somebody close to the line, that's an Aston Martin, but they're both on out laps, so that's not one to watch. McLaren ahead of us as well is Lawton, who's on an out lap also. Oh, I've just noticed our winner of the first 2 races, Danny, has joined us. He races after, so he races at the 8 o'clock race. And he's gone. Tom then goes up to. Sorry, Tom, did I just call him Tom? It might be Tom, I don't know. But Holloway goes up to P2, 117.4. Ryan, 116.9, so first into the 16s. There's a few cars heading for the line. This is Donkey Kong. He didn't set a time. Past then of AMZ, and it's 123.8. 1.9 second improvement, but a lot more to get yet. Who's this one? This is De Corsi again. Just did a cool down lap, so he didn't improve. He was just cooling down, getting the energy back. Who's this? This is Fallen Pikachu, and he shoots up to P4 on a 17.4. Whoopi's on an outlap. Who's the Alfa Romeo? Also on an outlap, that's Lazy Jack. Lawton will be next to cross the line then. Going mighty slow actually, so he's obviously backed out of his lap and is going to go again. Who was the Ferrari? Yep, it's Hunty. 3.6 seconds up. And he'll find more again here. It's a 16.7, so he goes fastest. Still plenty of time for others to take that off of him. Holloway's not improving. This Boom Tech improves up to P6. Verstappen didn't get across the line. So the time is out. So this is it now then. Who is on the lap? De Corsi heads to the line. Improves by just under a tenth, stays P4. This is Ben Taylor. No, he's finished. Just about got to the Aston Martin of Pikachu, but he didn't improve. Oh no, yeah, he must have done. He's gone P6. Alfa Romeo, Lazy Jack, who was right up there earlier on, and he is again. Up to P2 on a 16.5. Lawton. Is there anybody else? Yeah, there's still some others. Holloway will be next to the line. He's quarter of a second up, which would take him ahead of De Corsi. Oh, he runs wide on the final corner. That might hurt his time. Well, it's hurt it enough that he's gone into the pits. Lawson's there. He's going slow though. He's not going to get a proper time on the board, is he? Donkey Kong? No, he's going slow as well. So I think that's it. Danny not setting a time. Yeah, Ben. I think you did. There was a moment I was watching you, and I said it's best if he comes into the pits here, and you didn't. You carried on, and unfortunately, by the time you would have got round again, you didn't have time to pit, so... Unfortunately. Oh, Whoopi, you crashed, did you? How did I miss that? Oh, you're P13. Dear, dear, dear. Genius in the wet, but slippery in the dry. Way too much curb. Well... So guys, that is it. So that's the end of qualifying. I'm going to take a moment. We'll quickly talk down. I just need to refill my coffee between the sessions. But that was turn 4, was it? Okay. Okay, so Zero Scott in the end takes pole position with a 16.4. Nicely done. Lazy Jack in P2, Hunty 3, Ryan 4, De Corsi 5, Holloway 6, Fallen Pikachu 7, AMZ in 8, Spoontech 9, Donkey Kong 10. That's our top 10. Then we got Ben Taylor, I'm a Noob. No, it's I'm a Knob apparently. But there you go. He's a Knob. In 12th, Whoopi 13th, Verstappen 14th, Luke Poole 15th, Lawson 16th, Epic in 17th, and Danny will start from the back in P18. See, so you're Rainmaster then, Whoopi. Absolute legendary in the wet. Just needs to improve in the dry, there you go. But, no, I can't say anything, you're just every bit as good as I am, if not better. So, anyway, guys, as I said, I need to refill my coffee, so I'll be back in a moment. Just a quick short break and I'll be back. See you in a minute. Right, I'm back. Yeah, I have heard that about you, Whoopi. Does like the wet. In a way. Getting away from Whoopi's habits. And let's take a quick look at the tyres before they start lining up. So, top 5 on mediums, then Holloway's gone on softs, so a bit different from him. A soft hard is certainly a possibility around here. There's no problems with that. Then Pikachu, AMZ, and Boomtech. Sorry, no, not Boomtech. Pikachu and AMZ on mediums, Boomtech on hards. 10th to 12th on mediums, Whoopi on hards, and everybody else from there on the medium tyres. Mercedes gets a little bit out of sorts there. Right then, can we get a better camera angle? It gave me a decent angle the other. I only comes to here the other day. Right, the lights are on. So long pulls were the way to go. And oh no. Right, here we go. Hopefully I'm with them okay. The Corsi has the lead at the start. Lazy Jack. I've got a bad feeling I've been kicked out of the session, guys, because something ain't right. Let's just stick with this, just in case I haven't. But Mercedes running wide in the background. That was Whoopi. But other than that, so far it looks like everybody's gotten through first lap okay. Of course, he has absolutely flown off the line. How's he got up to first? But, I leave the action. Look how close they all are. Luke Paul with Fitzryan all over the back of him. Danny in 16th now, and he's chasing them. Here we have it. So, oops, Epic's falling back. Him and a Ferrari. Well, both Ferraris, after where they started, Hunty and Verstappen down to 16th and 18th. Hopefully they can recover that. They're good drivers. Of course, he sets fastest lap of the race, of course. So far, very good racing. Pikachu was having a look then. Or was it Ben on Pikachu, actually? It's, here they are. And you got AMZ having a look as well at the back of Ben. Finally, there is a yellow flag for an instant, and it's Ryan. It's lost it in the first chicane. Whoopi now as well. Looks like there's some debris on the track. Is that off? It's not off Whoopi's car by the looks of it, so it's... and Epic's round as well. This time at the second chicane. They are tricky, aren't they? The two chicanes that start this lap off. They are tricky. I don't think anybody giving up on the race early on. There's a long way to go, and everybody knows Imola loves a safety car, so there won't be any giving up here. It's never out of this race. So let's go to the front two. Got a battle going on here. So this is lap 3. DRS is enabled, but they won't have it just here. The activation zone was just before the start-finish line, so Lazy Jack gets the move done with ERS and a toe into turn 1, and is up into the lead. So nice move from Lazy Jack. Plenty of room left from De Corsi. Nice racing from the pair. Sirius Scott on the back of them now as well. Ready to pounce. So Holloway then in P4. So this is also working for him in a sense he's in P4 now, but I can honestly tell you they won't last long. Now, as I said, he can make it into a soft to hard strat, but it's Epic round at the second chicane again. Not enjoying that one so far. Let's just as the top guys. I know it seems silly to say it when you look at it like that, but they're just separating out a little bit. If we just move down a little bit, then there's an instant again at the chicane. Seems to be one of the Ferraris, but they're recovering nicely at the moment. P11 and P14. Danny's one to watch out for, currently P13. He'll be coming through this field. Raf Stappen in the Ferrari has to pit. So it was the Ferrari then at the chicane. Must have had some contact. So watch these guys. So this is Ben in P6 in the AlphaTauri. Red Bull's round. That's Danny, I think. It is. Danny round on the exit of the first chicane. Epic also having to pit on the Haas, so maybe it's those two that pitted that had an incident at the chicane. This is AMZ having a look at the outside of Ben Taylor. I'll tell you what, Ben's done a great job there. That was a very aggressive move from AMZ. Done cleanly, but what I mean by Ben's done a great job. When you're going to make a move like that, you really need another driver that's going to allow you the room, because if they don't and they shut the door, you're round and gone. Lawton has managed to get up to P9, so a little reset to track from him there. So he had a little spin out the final corner. I don't know the Ferrari, but the Ferrari's got DRS as well. Turns in, but the Ferrari, it's the Ferrari's corner. Dead or weak, so Hunter takes that position. It's up to P9. Danny's had to pit as well. Not looking like the dream of last week where he came from the back and won the race. It's, as I said, a long, long way to go. Verstappen's back in as well. Just to mention that Sarah Scott has gotten past the Corsi for P2. He's pulling away now from the Corsi and seeing if he can catch Lazy Jack. Haas just runs wide on our screen there. No, I mentioned at the start that I thought maybe I'd kicked out the lobby, but I'm happy I haven't. Seems to be okay. Oh, I just noticed that Ben said watch my start. Sorry, Ben. I couldn't watch anybody's start because it gave me a horrendous camera angle, so I couldn't see anybody's start, I'm afraid. Oh, these four are doing brilliantly. So close together there, but no contact whatsoever. So the Aston Martin has fallen Pikachu, that's AMZ behind. Seeing if he can make his way through. The Alpine just ahead, BoomTech and Holloway. Remember on those softs. So who's the biggest gainer so far? Lawton up 6 places is the biggest gainer. And it's Ryan's lost the most places. Down 9. As I said, long way to go. Just going to nip back to tyres now, guys, so we know what's happening. Danny and Verstappen down at the back have switched to soft tyres to see if that can aid them in catching. I'm just looking, well, Verstappen certainly is in danger as Pikachu spins it and resets the track. Oh, he spins it again, resets the track again, and looks like his tyres are probably pretty lit up, which would explain the second spin, as the Mercedes behind of Whoopi runs wide on the final corner. But straight should help Pikachu cool those tyres down and get going again. Just going to go to Holloway and BoomTech. So BoomTech has gotten past Holloway. See if I looked to see where the yellow flag was, but it disappeared before I could see it. No, Holloway's fallen out to 1 second. He's now got AMZ all over the back of him. It wouldn't surprise me if those softs are already starting to lose performance on the guys that started on mediums. So they don't last long. You can push them. You might be able to push them 11 laps, but it's probably not ideal, if I'm honest. Yellow flag this time was a spinner down at the double right. So Holloway's into the pits already then, so didn't fancy pushing them out any further. Who was that ahead? Somebody was in the pits ahead of us. That was Danny. So Danny finds herself a lap down now. And Taylor then on the back of Hunty. So Hunty's done extremely well since the spin earlier in the race. It's knocks him down towards the back. Covered very well indeed. Fallen Pikachu into the pits. Saw him have that double spin. Now he's had to give up and come into the pits. He's put a set of softs on. So Ralph Stefan sets the fastest lap of the race so far. 1:19. So it looks like Ben's not going to have... Oh, Ben's into the pits in a way. Maybe sensible. I think he sensed he was about to lose that other position with Lawson having DRS. Driving much better this week, Lawson, isn't he? driving very well. Just that one little spin. He's recovered from that. Ben still going to lose a couple of places. He's probably going to lose. Oh no, that's actually wasn't for a position, so there's a Red Bull, but that's actually a car unlapping itself. Here is another driver. So that's Holloway. That is important, that's Holloway. And won't be over the moon to see a Hards driver nip ahead of him just as he's coming out of the pits when he's just put some fresh softs on. But once he's got much temperature, you'd think he'd be able to dispatch that pretty well. Now gaps really are appearing. So he's a knob. He's within a second of Luke. May be able to have an overtake, but just depends if he can stay within the 1 second. He has fallen back a little bit. So no, it's not going to happen. Just looking at it now, I think Ben Taylor has got those softs up to temperature now, and I think he's going to be now our most likely chance as Ryan picks up a 5-second speed in the pit lane penalty. As he comes in off the mediums. That's early for pitting off mediums. Presumably put... Oh no, he's put softs on. Some different strategies going on. It should be a medium to hard round here, really. So you can do a soft to hard, but the fastest strategy would be medium to hard, which I think is what you're going to see. Well, I think you'll see all the guys in the top 11 do that. They'll switch to the... If they started on mediums, they're going to switch to hards. If they started hards, they'll switch to mediums. And here is Ben Taylor then getting past Holloway. Holloway don't really need to concern himself with that. That's not a... It may be a position he's fighting for later on in the race, but right now he just needs to focus on doing the best laps he can on those hard tyres. So into the pits comes Zero Scott from the lead. He switches to hards. It is about the right time. Done 10 laps on the mediums. So yeah, lap 10, 11 and 12 are probably where we're going to see the pit stops. I would imagine Lazy Jack will react to that on this next lap. As Zero comes out in P9. You'll have to get those tyres up to temperature. Do take a little while to hards to heat up. Boom Tech catching the Corsi. It just confused me a bit because the car behind was ghosting, and it was a Haas. So the next car behind Boom Tech is a Haas, but it's not that Haas. That Haas was epic, and the reason he was ghosting was because it was close to a car which was lapping him, so it puts you into ghost mode. So, Boom Tech will open up DRS way too far back this lap. But it will allow him to catch right onto the back of the Corsi. He's running a good race today, it's JD. So now there are a couple of opportunities through the lap where you can make moves, but the sensible thing here from Boom Tech would just be to follow the Corsi round and then do it under DRS on the main straights, but you may well see the Corsi pit. I was a little surprised Lazy Jack didn't react to the pit stop of Zero Scott. So he'll have his hards up to temperature now. It's a chance to overcut him, but it's much more likely now that Zero Scott will get an undercut effect. To the final last two corners, and as you'll see, Boomtech a lot closer this time. You can really see he's got a lot more grip, and into the pits does come De Corsi. But that doesn't matter to Boomtech. He's going to get a nice free DRS run all the way down the straight without needing to make an overtake. He'll take that little time advantage he gets from that. Probably good half a second, I'd imagine. Maybe a bit longer. Look at Lawton up to P4. Racing very nicely. Hunty into the pits as well. So, De Corsi and Zero Scott then. There's Zero Scott. De Corsi just exiting. And yeah, gets out ahead of Luke Paul, who hasn't pitted yet in a way. So actually the next one to look at would have been Hunty, so who was in the pits at the same time. Now then, what does Lazy Jack do? Surely he has to react. Well, I mean, he does. Yeah, I suppose he's not in any massive rush to react to De Corsi because he had a good 9-second gap over that. But he's had the tyres filled to him. He's going quite happily on them. It's quite a long pit stop here. Boomtech carries on as well, which he would. He started on the hard tyre, so we're going to see him go presumably to somewhere around lap 20, 21. And I think Epic's right. That was caught on stream and looked like a deliberate retirement on track, so that will get looked at. It may not have been. That's fine if it's not. It's just that's what it looked like. So pit stops will now begin to happen. The reason things like that will get looked at is because it affects everybody's race, and it's not okay. So everybody who hadn't pitted will pit. I would imagine the soft guys will all come in. He's a knob just pitted as well for softs, literally last lap, so it's really going to affect him. What does he do? I mean, if he stays on softs, he has to pit again. It's not ideal. Softs guys that were ahead. He stays out. I can't believe they're all staying out. Why is Pikachu still out on softs? He's done 6 laps, and Verstappen. Done 6 and 9 laps on them. So into the pits anyway comes Lazy Jack and Boomtech. And AMZ. No, controller turned off. Yeah, fair enough. These things happen. Right, guys, I'm just going to leave you with the action a second. I'll stay on JD. Be back in a moment. Right, so I'm back with you. He says he's back in it now. You're never out of it, Whoopi. E10, long way from medium tyres to go is the only problem. But we'll see how you get on. Saw someone go very close to the back of the Aston then. So, I think we're going to go another lap. I think we're just waiting for Verstappen to catch up. Danny, unfortunately, finds himself a lap down and stuck in the behind the safety car. He didn't manage to unlap himself, so he's stuck there. Shame to see that. He's our winner from the first two races. Won both the first two, so it would have been good to see him let loose. Oh, okay. I've been reliably informed that there's rain in 10 minutes. I steered it as well as I could, Mr. Wow. Promise. Promise, sir. Rain in 10 minutes. Okay, so 10 minutes. So we're looking early 20s. Maybe pit come mid 20s. So yeah, that could work out well then. For you. And Boom Tech for that matter. He's actually got one lap younger mediums. Running in 5th. Well, that maybe explains why these soft drivers stayed out, but I have no idea, really, why. I mean, Pikachu's done 9 laps on his softs. That is basically as much as you're going to get out of him at Imola. And if it doesn't rain, if we don't switch to winters till, say, lap 24, he's never going to get there. So he's almost a little bit surprised all the guys on softs didn't pit. Verstappen's a 2 laps, that's probably okay. He did actually pit and put fresh softs on, so that's a bit different. But anyway, safety car in this lap. Right, okay, Ben, thank you. So it's been saying rain in 10 minutes for the last 20 minutes, so it does do that. It's caught me out a couple of times pitting too early, either for slicks or wets or whatever. This game, it has caught me out a couple of times and really damaged my races. Particularly at Miami. Oh, got a little slow down there. Little snake effect going on. Here we go then. So, Lazy Jack gets us off and running. Zero Scott follows. AMZ currently the only one with a penalty in P3. But he's climbed up the leaderboard well, hasn't he, today? There is a drive... Oh no, it's okay, that's Danny. Who's a lap down. I wonder if he's going to try and unlap himself. Remember, guys, with a lap car, fast enough, which Danny definitely is, he's allowed to unlap himself. There's no rule against that. I would say in a league race, that, look, if you're going to do it, try and do it properly. Don't just drive through other drivers, because it's really off-putting. It's the only thing I'd say. But, let's just nip down to Boom Tech. Oh, we've got a yellow. Who's that yellow? It's disappeared in a way, whoever it was. Sniffing to Boom Tech because he's obviously on the fresh mediums, up against guys on fresh hards ahead of him. Rain inbound. Oh, Pikachu says he'll get those softs there, so I'm going to trust him. I must admit, it does look like it's darkened up a little bit as Boom Tech spins round at turn 1. Away he goes, recovers. Now running in P12, unfortunately for him, but he's back and going. Just got a little battle going on here. So you've got three cars, Luke Paul in the Alpha Tauri, Donkey Kong in the Red Bull, and Ryan in the Williams. Ryan thought about it. He's going to have a good look here down into the penultimate corner. Donkey Kong pretty much moves out of the way for him. As DRS is once again enabled. Oh, hang on, I just got Holloway's left the session. Let me see if I can invite him back. There's Holloway, so he's joined back. He shows offline. It's one just to think about, guys, but as it comes, obviously, part of what I do, if somebody leaves the session, I do try and invite them back as quick as I can. Obviously, I'm bound to miss some every now and again, but I always try and do that. But what I'm saying is, one thing I notice is probably 8 times out of 10 at least, the person that loses connection is showing as not online. So if you have your Xbox set to that, maybe it's an ideal to change it at least before a race. Maybe. I mean, it might not have nothing to do with it. I don't know. I'm not a tech expert. I'm just playing devil's advocate, really. So there will be DRS this lap. Can Whoopi, being so close to the back of the Ferrari, help his teammate De Corsi ahead? He actually goes around the outside of the Ferrari. This is going to be tight. It's a bit of contact. They do both stay on track, so that's nice to see. And he attacks into the second chicane. Gets ahead for a moment. He's got the inside to the hairpin. Looks like he's held that position. That's handy for his teammate. De Corsi just ahead. I imagine De Corsi, well, you would hope he wouldn't put up too much fight against Whoopi. Let his teammate through when he catches the back of him. But he doesn't want to do it in such a way that he allows the Ferrari through as well. He needs to split the two cars. So that will allow Whoopi to get away. And I think I just saw rain. Okay, so it's starting to rain. Very, very light at the moment. Literally just spitting, but it is starting. At least the drivers get a weather forecast. I don't know if it's likely to, or if the weather forecast said it was going to go right away to full wet weather or not. But well, DRS is disabled already. Barely looks like it's raining. Look at it. Seems like an early call. Nah. This is intermediate weather. People further down are pitting. Lawton has gone to intermediates. Raf Stappen has put on the full wet tyres. So has Ben Taylor. Those guys know something we don't. Is this rain must be expected to get really wet. This rain must be expected to get really wet. Fantastic commentating. Love that. But do you know what I mean? It must be expected to go full wet, is what I was trying to say. Whoopi loses out to Hunty. AMZ was looking to see if he could get through. AMZ must have spun at some point there. I missed that, but he's dropped down. He was running clear P3 ahead of these guys as they are side by side. And it looks in the end like Hunty says, no, I've had enough of that. I'll let you two carry on. This is difficult to do when it's properly dry, but in these conditions, this is difficult. Running this close. You should all be coming into the pits. Be careful not to hit the car in front of you guys. Whoa. Hunty was close to it, but no, they all did well there. So, what's it looking like for the full wets? All the pitters further up going to intermediate so far. He looks to be driving pretty well, doesn't he? It looks like Lawson is catching him, so it's definitely intermediate weather right now. But Verstappen's... Oh, he's off and into the wall, and he's lost his wing. Or part of it, at least. Oh, that's a shame, because it would have been interesting to see if it did go to full wet weather, if that ended up working for him. Ben's done the same, so we'll see if it works for Ben. Let's see, the gap's all very close at the moment. Whoopi just runs a bit wide out the second chicane. Oh, my batteries are low. I'm just going to change that quickly, guys, before something happens. Running wide again. So, is that a sign? The Inters are struggling now. Let's just have a look. So Ben is behind BoomTech. Is Holloway out again? Holloway! Send him another invite. I didn't see him leave again. So Donkey Kong looking to get the toe from the McLaren. It's a very big toe. See when he comes out the toe how the speed quickly levels up though. And Lawson defends that to the end. Defends into the turn one very nicely indeed. Puts his car in the right place. Forces Donkey Kong to back out. Again, in these conditions. Oh! The AlphaTauri, I think, may have given Donkey Kong a nudge into the wall. I'm not 100% sure. So, if you didn't, Luke, I do apologise. But, looked like he may have done. But in Luke's defence, to be fair, there's not a huge amount he could do. It's a bit of an unsafe return, really. So, you got any actual battles going on? Ryan is close to the back of Luke. Shout out to Pikachu, he got it right, didn't he? He got the sauce to the rain. And, just switch. He switched to intermediates, now running P11. So, I'm just trying to keep an eye on that gap. But, oh, BoomTech's into the pits. I was going to say between BoomTech and Ben Taylor, but BoomTech is in. He's put fresh inters on, so it's a nose change. So now it'd be Ben to Full and Pikachu. We are moving into the late stages of this race, so Ryan gets past Luke and into P8. Whoopi's just catching the back of the Ferrari ahead of him again. I think that might be one to move to. Let's just go to Holloway. Is he still... he's still ghosting. I invited him back. He joined back. Why not take control of his car? Oh well, he'd just be removed from the standings in a way now. So this is... Whoopi's caught the back of Hunty. This is for a podium. If it works out for them, they could both pick up podiums because Lazy Jack ahead, who is up the road by 3 seconds, you just saw him in the background there going over the hill, has a penalty. So it's not out of the realms of possibility they could both pick up a podium here. So it's 1 yellow. I think that's Ben Taylor. I think he's round just after the first chicane. Probably really busy spot for spins round there, but he's recovered it in a way. He's back going, and he managed to do it before Verstappen caught him. Holloway's gone past him. As I said, Holloway's not there. He's an AI, so he's not going to count in a way. So it's not looking like coming to anything this one, is it? Let's try De Courcy and Lazy Jack. And Lazy Jack's in a position he needs to get past De Courcy because, well, if he wants to hold on to a podium, he does in a way, because the two behind are catching and are already within the one. Well, Hunty's within the 3 seconds of Lazy Jack. So I'm just going to double check it is a 3 second penalty. It is indeed. The other penalty on track is Luke Paul, who's got a 5 second. So, right, Ben Taylor's pitted again. I suppose must have picked up some damage. Switching to intermediates. So the gamble didn't work. I mean, I'm assuming it's a gamble here and that the game hasn't put them onto the wrong tyres, because I've had people say to me before that it has done put them on the wrong tyres, but I'm not sure. But JD at the moment defending very nicely. They are catching. I assume that's Ben, actually. Yeah, it is. So, Ben leaves nicely out of the way. As Luke Paul now comes into the pit. So what's Luke? Is he? Yeah, that's both Alpha Tauris. In 2 laps, both of them into the pits. It must be for a nose change. There's not going to be any other reason to pit now. It's gone to fresh inters as well. So just, meanwhile, battle behind between Hunty and Whoopi, they have fallen back a bit now, so they're back outside of the 3 second gap. Sorry, excuse me. Keeping an eye elsewhere, but we've got could well be 3 cars involved there. AMZ, Ryan and Lawton. Lawton up to P6 now. I said again, he's driving very well today. Oh, that's a little moment. It's okay. Stick with these guys as Ryan goes to what's effectively the outside. It does look like. So we saw Lawton get. Well, he didn't get overtaken earlier, did he? Actually, when we saw him, but looks like he's going to lose 2 places here. It does look like he's driving a higher downforce than the rest because they're catching him quite significantly. How's he just ghosted through there? Oh, I don't know how that was happening. Oh, Boomtech is out. It's in the pits. It looks like Luke Paul and Boomtech are both retired in the pits. It's a shame to see so late on in the race. Just go back down to this one then. So, oh, and Ryan ran wide, or sorry, lost it after the final corner. Don't think he got any damage, but it puts Lawson back up into P6 again. AMZ, and you can see how AMZ caught up again on the straight. Lawson's definitely running a higher downforce. Just seems like things at the front are just calming down a bit. Of course, he's just edged a full second ahead of Lazy Jack, who's fallen back into the clutches of Hunty, who's 2.5 behind him. But Whoppy has fallen 1.7, 1.8 back from Hunty, so it's just calming down a little bit. Maybe that's the effect of running behind the driver ahead for so long. As, oh, Whoopie picks up a penalty. Well, it's not going to affect him in the sense he's not going to lose any places, but it just means that gaining a place ahead of Hunty isn't likely, and obviously he's got the same penalty as Lazy Jack, but still. Continue on. Oh dear, it's like Verstappen's lost his wing again. Not enjoying life at Imola. It's a hard old track in it. Don't take any prisoners. If you lose it here, you generally lose it. It's not. It's going to be a retirement. Yeah, indeed it is. It's just running out of things to watch here, guys. Ryan then has got Donkey Kong on the back of him, so probably our best one for the moment. It's a difficult right-hander. Now I head up to the chicane next. AMZ is catching the back of them. So he's fallen back again. I don't know what. Now come on, that's... Can't drive through each other, guys. That's a bit silly. I think Donkey Kong realised that and has allowed Ryan to keep that position. So AMZ did hit the back of Donkey Kong as well, so... Here we are. Just sense this is going to end in tears at some point in a moment. Well, Donkey Kong gets past and is up into P7. Hopefully create a bit of a gap. AMZ got past Ryan as well. Looks like Ryan's coming under pressure from Pikachu as well. Well, yeah, he would be, wouldn't he? He ain't got no front wing. I don't know when he lost that, but San Jose gets ahead of Donkey Kong. It's Ryan desperately trying to hold on. And Pikachu. Pikachu gets a wheel alongside, but Ryan pulls out again. And, my apologies to the leader. Zero Scott wins Imola. DeCourcy P2. Hunty promoted to P3. Lazy Jack P4. Whoopie 5. Lawton, well done today, Lawton. P6. AMZ looks like he's going to cross the line for 7. Donkey Kong 8. It's Ryan in 9th. Big smashes over the line. Pikachu P10. Holloway P11. Ezanob will be last to bring it home for P12. Ben Taylor P13. Danny P14. So, all in all, quite an interesting race, really. It was just sort of differences that happened. The way we had to go to the whatever, the different strategies people took from the start to deal with that, and a few incidents out there. I'm sure there'll be some clips, but all in all, 14 out of the 18 drivers finishing. 3 of the retirements were in the pits. So just the one safety car. So all in all, not that bad. It was a reasonably good race. There was some decent battling. It just once that rain comes, it becomes hard to have decent battles, and people don't have DRS, and it makes it difficult for overtakes. So it is what it is. It was it was an okay race, but congratulations in a way to Zero Scots and JD and Hunty for picking up the podiums. Shout out to Whoopi and Lawton also for great races. Not sure what was going on when Lawton was fighting with AMZ and they were ghosting through each other. That shouldn't be happening. So, anyway, Whoopi also picks up the fastest lap with an 18.8. So, again, extra point for that. All in all, pretty good. And scroll down through the standings. So, let's say Lawton 6 in a way, AMZ P7, Donkey Kong 8, Ryan 9, Pikachu 10. That's our point scorers. Then Holloway, Ezanob, Ben Taylor and Danny outside the points. Rafstappen, Luke Paul, Boomtech and Epic non-finishers. And Whoopi with the fastest lap. So my driver of the day today is going to go to... Ooh, torn. I am torn. Yeah, it's good. I think it's going to go to Whoopi. 13th on the grid. Up to P5. Obviously, Lawton's 16th up to P6. So both of those certainly in with a shout for driver of the day. DeCourcy as well. But Whoopi coming from 13th to 5th. And the fact that he had an incident earlier on that knocked him down the grid as well, I think is the reason, and having to fight it back up. That's why I've given it to Whoopi. But a big shout out to Lawton. He fully, as he said on stream, he deserves it as well. But it does go to Whoopi on this occasion. So shout out for Lawton, shout out for DeCourcy and our winner as well. But other than that, guys, yeah, it was a pretty enjoyable race. Quite enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. I'll have a quick look at the calendar. Again, I did look earlier on today. Remember, calendar. Here we go. Right, so yay, we're at Miami next week. So Miami, Florida, great track. absolutely great track. Not liked by that many since it came into the game, but neither was Jeddah. I know people love Jeddah, so I think Miami will be the same. It's a great track when she gets grips with it. So I look forward to that one. We'll be back at 6 p.m. next Tuesday. Other than that, guys, as always, a massive thank you to everybody that's watched live. Thanks to everybody that watches back. I really appreciate it. I'll actually be back on at 8 p.m. for a WAOF one. So I hope you tune in for that one. But other than that, thanks very much, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you. Good night.